recapping week 4?
Yeah.
Looks good, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's starting to look up. Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Week 4 high school football is done and gone. We have seen a storm pass. We have seen some wrong directions pass. We had a crazy trip this week. We've seen a tale of two halves. It's been quite the story. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jordan Taylor. This is Gary Swallow. We are live from Opelousas, Louisiana at Gary Swallow's Taekwondo, Tiger Rocks Martial Arts Studio here. And this is a Sunday afternoon edition of a high school football recap show, breaking down all the scores and breaking down things from around the state of Louisiana, dealing with high school football. Big week next week, and we have a lot of uncertainty with the storm coming in, so we gotta have to watch that one. But once again, this is my co-host Gary Swallow. I'm gonna turn things over to him now. Gary Swallow, how's it going on a Sunday afternoon?
It's going great. We had some awesome games, some that started off well that didn't end up so well, but overall, pretty good. Got some surprises as far as scores, so hey, got some wrong directions and had to go around and do all kind of things. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it was a fun weekend. Look forward to recapping, and like you said earlier, we got a week coming up that's got a lot of uncertainty with the weather and the storm that they're predicting, and it's 2020. We need to get through all that.
So let's go through this past week's scores. First, we're going to give the results. So myself, Gary, Keith Crochet, Holden Lee, and Kenneth Manuel made game picks this week. So here is the results this week. Kenneth Manuel went 38 wins and 8 losses. First week picking, great week. Holden Lee went 36 wins, 10 losses. Keith Crochet went 35 wins, 11 losses. Gary Swallow, you're tied for first at 38 wins and 8 losses. Myself, I went 37 wins and 9 losses. So, not a bad week making picks.
I can live with it. I was hoping I was going to have one wrong, but that one ended up being right.
Shout outs before we get into game picks. AYS Monday through Friday, Blake Rufino. Check them out on Facebook or Twitter. Go Preps on Facebook. All things high school sports. Finds games, gives us stats, gives us power rankings, gives us schedules. Go Preps on Facebook. Go follow Go Preps today. The Boot Sports with Mr. Terrell Lyle. The Boot Sports, you can find them on Facebook. You can find them on his website also. The Boot Sports has a couple things going on. Got articles, pictures, podcasts, and more. Go follow The Boot Sports. In the Zone Photography with Mr. Rusty Amon. You can follow him on Facebook. Took some great pictures from the Fort Barry Battle Hill game.
Sure did.
So you can follow him on Facebook. Gyro Sports Photography. Gyro Sports Photography had a went and covered Catholic this week, and wait till you hear how that one ended. Yeah. Brothers Just Searching with Mr. Isaac Hayes and Mr. Lloyd over there in Breaux-Bridge, Louisiana. Go follow Brothers Just Searching today on all their platforms and listen to their podcasts. Big shout out to LA Stros and LA Vipers. Lady Vipers, we had Vipers in the house last week, and Stros with Perry Gallo and all those kids. So we got a group of young boys, we got a group of young ladies here in the St. Andrew Parish area that's making big noise in travel ball right now.
That's good. That's good.
And shout out to Tiger Rocks Martial Arts, allowing us to use the studio every week and talk about your business, brother.
Well, we're at Tiger Rock Martial Arts here in Opelousas as well as Youngsville. We teach martial arts. Our base is Taekwondo, striking, for men, women, and children of all ages, but we do stretch into other forms of self-defense as well as competition. We believe in, basically teaching our students to defend themselves, to compete with pride, and to advance and set their goals high. So if you're interested in any of that, like I said, men, women, and children of all ages, we look forward to having you. Just give me a call. You can get in touch with us through Tiger Rock Martial Arts, or you can call me here at the studio in Opelousas, 948-3433, or the one in Youngsville, 337-351-1882. And we'll give you all the information, and we'll look forward to getting you on board.
Good deal. Let's jump straight into game picks. We saw games Thursday night and Friday night. So let's jump into these games here. Starting out, the game picks will be Catholic of Ponca versus Sacred Heart. This was a district contest. Catholic of Ponca at the buzzer. Pick 6 for the win, Gary Swallow. Final score 28-22. That game was going into overtime, and a heck of a play by Matthew Langlois. What can you say about the kid? Special talent. LSU offered him 28-22 there. Catholic of Ponca over Sacred Heart.
That was a shock whenever you told me that, and I was like, you got to be kidding. He said, no. First of all, I was like, who throws a pass, in that position and stuff, unless you pretty much throw it to where either your man can get it or nobody else can. But I guess they were pressing, and that's what it was, a double pass?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, congratulations to Point Coupee, Catholic High Point Coupee, and man, that's a hard way to go down for the Sacred Heart Trojans.
Yep, for sure. St. Edmunds was supposed to play Opelousas Catholic this week. That game was canceled because of COVID. So St. Ed's went out and found Natchitoches Central to 518, came all the way down to Eunice, and what a classic it was. Final score, St. Ed's 35, Natchitoches Central 34, walk-off victory by 1 point. This is the first time ever St. Ed's has beat a 5A school.
Well, and it must have been tit for tat, so that tells me that St. Ed's is better than people are giving them credit for this year, because I tell you what,
they're looking good. Besides that Arroyo's loss, they're looking good.
That's a real surprise right there. I didn't think that was going to happen.
2 quick games here. Westminster over North Central, 46-12, and Vermilion Catholic Screaming Eagles roll, 56-8 over Hanson Memorial. So 2 quick scores there. All right, Friday night we made a road trip. Friday night we made a road trip down to Grambling State University to watch number 1 in the state versus number 5 in the state. Acadiana, by great defense and by number 22 having a great game. Yeah. Acadiana 24, Ruston 10. Final score, Acadiana stays perfect.
That was an awesome game. When we got there a little after the kickoff because of a little bit of direction issues to get there, but I mean overall that was one of the best games I've seen. And like you said, 22 for Acadiana. Man, was he on or what? That son of a gun, it's like every time he would get the ball, it was like he was breaking. I mean, that was big play after big play for him. I think he had one was a 75-yard run close to it, or
a little pass out the backfield.
That's what it was, pass out the back. It was unbelievable.
And what a beautiful stadium.
Oh God, that was one of the prettiest stadiums I've ever seen. Grambling has it set up really, really nice over there.
Quick score here. Jeanerette 44, Houma Christian 0. And Kenneth Manuel says, shots fired. Yep, the pride of Mamou, Louisiana got us lost, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was funny. We saw most of North Louisiana in the back roads. We saw deer. We saw a little bit of everything. You know, all the different animals in the woods. We got there. We got there right after kickoff. It was a little about 10 minutes into the game or 5 minutes into so. But hey, I'm gonna tell you, we had a blast no matter what. It was a great trip, great comeback. But we made it back in the regular amount of time that we were supposed to.
All right, tough one to swallow here. The next one, Thursday night football. This one was Basile coming out on top. Final score was 21-12. A garbage time touchdown at the end.
Right.
Could have been 14-12, but Basile punches it in late. Kids kept playing.
Okay.
It's a tale of two halves, that's for sure.
Oh my God, was it? I mean, Port Barry did everything that they had to do. It was really, really spot on in the first half. I mean, 12-0 at halftime, and you know, everything seems to be going your way. And then, man, the second half comes, and then it's like the wheels fell off. It was just unbelievable. Like you said, the boys, both teams, they continued to play. Touchdown at the end, I consider that to be just. I'll tell you straight up, they wore down the defense of the Red Devils. They just put it down. They were gassed, and it was just something else. But good effort on both teams. A lot of things happened in that game that we really not going to talk about. But I mean, it was just crazy situation as far as a tale of two halves. One half was pro Port Barry, one half was pro Basile. It was just that's the way it was.
For sure. And you almost want to see these teams play into the future.
Correct.
Because of how good it was Thursday night.
Correct. I mean, you see teams like that, and you see, especially, I mean, we used to play them pretty regularly, and then all of a sudden we got away from it. I would love to see those two teams play on a regular basis. I really would.
Yeah. All right, let's go 4 quick scores here. Patterson beats Berwick 21-0. I don't think nobody picked Patterson to win that game.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Parkview Baptist 45, West Feliciana 27. Madison Prep 52, Glen Oaks 6. And Bruley 56, Baker 6. So some blowouts there.
Wow, that was blowouts.
Yep. St. Martinville battled Abbeville. Abbeville came off that big win over Beauchamp and had to miss a week. So St. Martinville proves too much at the end. Final score, St. Martinville 24, Abbeville 13.
Bye weeks can help you or can hurt you, and I think that Abbeville coming off that big win just kind of lost the momentum and stuff. And St. Martinville had some stuff to prove. Mm-hmm. You know, they really did.
Yep. How about this one, Gary? Kaplan 30. ERAF 25. This is Kaplan's first win of the season.
Right. That was that was a hard game to pick, but I mean I thought ERAF was going to probably be a little bit too strong for him. But hey, kudos to Kaplan. They came out on top.
For sure. North Vermilion 35, Crowley 20. That is a final score. And the Gents of Crowley fall to 0-4, Mrs. Swallow.
That is shocking. But I'm going to be honest with you, I thought North Vermilion 35-20. I thought it was going to be, you know, a bigger victory than that. I thought the spread was going to be a little bit more because, you know, Crowley's been, for some reason, they've been struggling this year, and I don't know what's going on with them. Maybe they're in a big rebuild, but man, 0-4. I don't think I've seen that in a long time.
Correct. All right, how about this game from Mr. Kenneth Manuel?
Yeah.
Ville Platte 18. Mamou 12, that was a final score, and Ville Platte wins the game on the final play of the game.
That was something that I kind of was expecting Ville Platte to win, but I didn't expect it to end like that. To win, for them to win it like that. It was just amazing. It was amazing.
A couple quick scores here. Northwest 21, Pine Prairie 0. Pine Prairie still searching for that first win.
Yeah, struggling this year.
How about a state champion in the making? Lake Charles College Prep 73, Westlake 0.
Whoa.
Lake Charles College Prep hung 73 up Friday night.
73 points. Wow, that is amazing. That tells me that they're the real deal, and they know what they're doing. So look out, everybody that's playing Lake Charles College Prep.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the Battling Bears. Battling Bears played the Bulldogs, and this one finished. Looked like it'd be a classic here. Not much offense here,
Right.
but Church Point comes out on top, 22-15 over Iota, and Church Point stays undefeated.
I'm going to say one thing about Church Point. Church Point has always been a very difficult team to play. They have a lot of good athletes over there, and they play Iota. I mean, Iota's always tough too, but I mean, Church Point, there's just something about the point that gives them, makes them competitive every year, and they're some tough boys. We played them for a long time, and I tell you what, we've always come out bruised and battered, after we play them.
Let's talk about Etienne and that Bulldog offense. J-Town, stand up. That's all I can say. The state runner-ups from a year ago is lightening up the scoreboard week in and week out. This week, Jennings hangs up 64 on a really good St. Louis football team. The final score is Jennings 64, St. Louis 28. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Bulldogs move to 4-0. And yes, they do. Bulldogs stay undefeated on the young season. Bulldogs, Lake Charles College Prep. It's coming up.
That's a positive. Yeah,
No, they're in the same
that's
district.
Same district.
It's coming up.
That's going to be a game to watch, guys. If you can make it to that or stream it or whatever, Lake Charles College Prep versus Jennings. That's going to be a game of the week scenario. I'm telling you.
Gotta get tickets for that if it doesn't fall on a Friday.
Correct.
If it falls on Thursday or Saturday, gotta be there.
Mm-hmm.
South Beauregard gets the narrow win over Iowa, 24-20. That's a final. South Bow. They win in the close ones this
Yeah,
year.
they
They
did.
beat Iota by 2 and 5 overtimes.
Right.
Now they take down a giant in Iowa, 24-20.
That's actually I thought it was going to be close, but I figured South Bow was gonna give them a little get a victory out of that. But yeah, they seem to win the close ones.
Is Union Parish back or what?
They're for real. They're for real.
Let's see. Union Parish looking to stay undefeated,
Right.
and they will in a big way.
And Sterlington was 2-1. So.
Yeah, they go down to Sterlington and beat Sterlington 35-14.
Right.
Union Parish stays undefeated. Big win on the road over Sterlington. A lot of people had this as game of the week type, and this game would go down to the final. Whoever had the ball last, but Union Parish proves too tough. Watch out for Union Parish in 3A.
They're gonna be there. They're gonna be a strong team to contend with.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Northside, big win last week, looking to make it 2 in a row. OHS trying not to fall 0-3, and Northside comes out with the victory, 16-10 over Opelousas High. A lot of trouble over there in Opelousas right now.
I picked Opelousas because I thought they were gonna have a little edge, but man, they're struggling right now. I don't know what's going on with the team. I haven't really heard anything, but I actually have a student that plays for OHS, and I haven't heard anything more from them. But man, they're just struggling this year. Hopefully, they can get the ship turned around. I know some new coaching staff and everything like that in there, so hopefully they'll be able to get it straight soon. Because I'd like to see some of the hometown people win.
Yep, Opelousas and Beauchene in a couple weeks.
Yeah, correct.
Yep. West Monroe, after the week 1 loss, they continue to roll. They make it 3 in a row. Big win over previous undefeated Alexandria. West Monroe moves to 3-1 after taking down Alexandria 18-10. We were listening to that on the way there. They had a lightning delay.
Right.
How's that psych out a team before game? I know we had a lightning delay Thursday.
Yeah. Well, West Monroe, we were talking about, different high schools that have different traditions and stuff. West Monroe is a born winner. I mean, they just, the University of West Monroe, they just reload. you know, they lost a heartbreaker to, you know, to Carencro. And I'm gonna tell you right now, they're playing inspired. It was like it woke them up. You don't shut out West Monroe. You don't do that, and that happened this year. And I think it just woke them up and said, "Hey, we got to get it on." And they seem to be doing. I look for them to make a run to get to the finals again.
That 5A bracket is so loaded.
Oh, it's loaded big time.
Livonia, big win on the road. That was a Thursday night game. Livonia 23, Ocean 7.
Yeah, Livonia's playing better. They're playing a lot better now.
A lot of people were excited for this next matchup. Both communities were very excited. Both teams came in 3-0. Lafayette 3-0. New Iberia Senior High 3-0. And this game was played on Saturday. And what a defensive struggle this one was. Lafayette comes out on top 7-0, folks.
When you hold a team, you know, like that, first of all, you shut them out. But then you score 7 points. I mean, first of all, they're controlling your offense, you're controlling theirs. You just got a little bit more of an advantage. Man, that must have been a hellacious defensive struggle.
Let's talk about the Civil War between Brobridge and Cecilia. Bulldogs scoring a lot of points this year on offense for Cecilia. And Brobridge can't get much going this year, trying to avoid the 0-4 start probably for the first time in many, many years. But at the end of the day, it is Cecilia 28, it is Brobridge 12. That is a final score. Cecilia wins the Civil War, Brobridge falls to 0-4.
I haven't seen Brobridge go to 0-4 in my life that I've known. I've followed high school sports for many, many years, you know that. But it's just, I don't think I've ever seen them 0-4. You know, that's amazing to me. And Cecilia, we've played Cecilia at Fort Barry in the past, and I'm gonna tell you, that's some tough people over there. They know how to play ball.
Yeah, they scored 49 against Jennings, but it wasn't enough because Jennings scored 59.
Right.
St. Thomas More, there might be one team that could beat them this year, and that's De La Salle,
Right.
the team that St. Thomas More beat in the state championship last year.
Right.
But when St. Thomas More is clicking on offense, who can beat them?
Right now, I don't think anybody. I think De La Salle is going to give them a run, but man, if they keep playing the way they are, that might be a repeat back to back.
It could be very well be a repeat champion in St. Thomas More. They get the big win at home against Westgate. A lot of people thought this was to be a competitive game, and Walker Howard proves why he signed with LSU. He is lightening up week in and week out. St. Thomas More 54, Westgate 12.
Yeah, that's crazy, but you know they have the talent. This is going to be a big year for them again, and they may well do it back to back.
That Jack Deck is something else
Yeah,
also. They
sure
LSU
is.
just offered them.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They did? I didn't hear that yet. But yeah, I think they got a good all-around team, big time.
When we talked about Fort Barry and Basile earlier, we talked about a tale of two halves, remember?
Correct. Yes.
Well, this is very well a tale of two halves here. At halftime, it was Turlings 10, it was Carencro 7.
Correct.
Final score, Carencro 28, Turlings 10. A tale of two halves there. Bears stay perfect.
Just like what we saw in the Fort Barry and Basile game. Carencro was down, you know, and they just had to make some adjustments. Basile was down and that, but I mean, Carencro came back with a vengeance, and they put up 21 unanswered points.
They sure did.
And that was awesome.
Yep. Let's talk about the up-and-coming Southside Sharks. They would take on Sulphur this week and looking to bounce back after Acadiana put a bad taste in their mouth, and they will. Southside 45, Sulphur 28. That is a final, and Southside moves to 3-1 on the young season.
Southside is one of the up-and-coming teams in Acadiana. They're going to be a very strong ball club in all sports because I'm going to tell you right now, they are going to be reckoned with. The coaching staff came in, and the way that they went from a brand new school with all of how they started. So this is only their second year in varsity sports.
Yep.
you know, in 2 years, you've come along with some of the best athletes around the area coming in there, and they're making a statement.
For
They're,
sure.
they're saying that, hey, we're up and coming, and we're going to be something to be reckoned with, and I think they are.
Yeah.
Good job, Coach.
This one was a thrill ride. We were sitting in the Popeyes parking lot watching to find how that one ended.
Right.
Eunice Rain clash for homecoming at Bobcat Stadium, and let's just say this one finished in double overtime. But when you're at home, you have a little edge,
Yeah, little
and
advantage.
Bobcats come out on top. Final score, double overtime. Eunice 27, Rain 20. Eunice big bounce back win from Jennings putting it on a week ago.
Right. Eunice, that's just something about Eunice. I mean, the tradition of the Eunice High School team is just, you know, you have a lot of tradition at that school, and it's just, it carries them up. I mean, I've played Eunice, and I've been competitive with them as far as Fort Barry. We've been competitive with them, and then the last few times whenever we were in the same district, they pretty much put it on us. So they have a lot of tradition, and they're a good ball club. So I see them making a run too.
North Shore gets the win against Fountain Blue. That is a final 24-17. Fountain Blue stays winless on the young season.
That was closer than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest with you, and I know that's Holden's baby, you know. But as far as that, I thought North Shore was going to put it on them a little bit more, but that tells me Fountain Blue's tougher than we thought.
Right.
It's just they need to get on the stick and start. You know, I guess they may be. I'm sure they're in a rebuilding year this year.
This next team is making a prime run for the state title, and like we talked about earlier, West Monroe's going to be there, Acadiana's going to be there, and this team right here can very well sneak in and say, what about us? Zachary, 45, Live Oak 0. Zachary stays perfect on the season, and I don't think they will be tested the rest of the season until the playoffs.
Probably not, and I'll be honest with you. They have a shot to be in the finals too, because the last time I saw them in the state playoffs, I think that was the year that they beat West Monroe. It was unbelievable. These teams, Zachary is a force to be reckoned with. But you got all of these powerhouses. I mean, I look at seeing West Monroe coming up, and you see Zachary. I mean, Zachary's perfect on the year right now. Like you say, I don't think anybody's going to come close to them. Come playoff time, depends on where the bracket falls.
Yeah, for sure. I wrote a little note next to this one, and my note was closer than expected. Central was 3-0. Denham Springs was 0-3. This was played at Denham Springs, but I was shocked with how close the score was.
Right.
Final score, Central 30, Denham Springs 22. Central moves to 4-0, and they're trying to put their stamp and say, we're coming too. But
Central is a good ball club. They're good every year. Denham Springs is I'm sure they're still playing with a lot of emotion, but Central is year after year has been really good. They need to see how they can position themselves for the playoffs, because that's where they usually make their hiccup. They usually get up in there first, second round, and then they'll make a mistake and have a bad game. So hopefully Central will be able to position themselves to where they'll have an easier path to the dome.
Lafayette Christian Academy, they had a canceled game with Lake Arthur. Lake Arthur caught the virus, so coaches got to work. And a quick note on that game, because LCA and Richwood ended up coming together. Lafayette Christian Academy head coach and Richwood head coach, they were roommates in college at LSU and played ball together.
Okay.
So quick note there. But it is all Lafayette Christian Academy. They go all the way to Monroe and win this game 43-0.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's
all I
amazing.
can say is, guess what's next week? Just leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say.
It's gonna be good.
Yep. Bunkie on the road against Menard. Bunkie comes out with a narrow victory, and 10-9 is the final score there. Bunkie shock us all.
I know I picked Menard, and a good friend of mine, Mikey Hickenbotham, is coaching at Bunkie now. And all I gotta say is this, Mikey, great job, man. Y'all, congratulations. You know, I didn't see this coming, but I'm happy for them.
Yeah, for sure. Oakdale gets a big win. Oakdale's having a pretty good season. What's their record?
They're 1-1 right now.
So
They're 2-1 right now after this week.
Oakdale having one of their better seasons.
Right.
Oakdale 21 to Quincy 19. That's a final.
Right. We have Rose Pine and
Yeah.
Kinder. We already
Rose Pine and Kinder. Kenneth Manuel. You like that Rose Pine team, huh? A lot of people like that Rose Pine team. I know who I picked.
I know.
I know who I picked.
I know.
Kinder goes on the road, and Kinder has a big road win. It is Kinder Yellow Jackets 40. It is Rose Pine 7.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all. But that means that Kinder's better than everybody says.
Notre Dame versus Welsh. Barry will see Welsh in a couple weeks and have to play. Well, we have to play both of these teams.
Yeah.
But Welsh is before Notre Dame.
Right.
Notre Dame 41, Welsh 7. Notre Dame hasn't had a close game yet this season.
Right. I think Notre Dame is gonna have one team on their schedule that's gonna give them a hard time, and that's coming up.
Yeah.
And as far as Welsh, I mean, they're like us. They're just struggling this year. It's a rebuilding year. Hopefully they can get back on the stick, because I know Port Barry has to play them soon.
Yeah. Like I said, folks, next week, Notre Dame versus somebody. Next week.
Somebody big.
Ascension Episcopal 45, Delcom 7. Wasn't a contest there. This one was a lot closer than I thought, because Catholic New Iberia is 1-2, correct?
Yes, they're 1 and 2 as of last week.
And Lowerville was 3-0, looking to stay perfect. Lowerville having one of the better seasons in a long time. It is Lowerville 12. It is Catholic New Iberia 10. Final score.
That shocked me on how close that game was, because Lowerville's playing some good football.
Yep. De La Salle, like I said, might be the only team to take down SDM this year, but we will see. De La Salle 21, St. Charles 0. Takes a lot to shut out St. Charles.
All right, and they were both undefeated teams, and they're coming out, playing that. And that's total dominance by De La Salle. But I think De La Salle's going to have a vengeance on that. Their goal is I think their goal is probably to get back to the finals and play St. Thomas more.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's who took it from them last year.
Unfinished business.
Right, you're definitely right.
Oberlin, big win for the Oberlin Tigers, 28. Grand Lake 14. Grand Lake was undefeated before Friday night's loss, so Grand Lake undefeated no more. Oberlin has made this district wide open again.
We watched.
That welcomes back in Basile.
Right. We watched Grand Lake beat Basile in a very controversial way. I'll leave it at that. And Oberlin, I know Port Barry's playing Oberlin next week, aren't they?
Yeah, Port Barry, Oberlin, Friday night.
I thought Grand Lake was gonna outdo it, but Oberlin proved me wrong. That's gonna be an interesting district, because Basile's in the picture now, and so it's gonna be it can very well be a three-way tie for first.
And I was told week 10 is bad blood brewing
Yeah.
between Basile and Oberlin.
Right.
So if both teams run the table, it will set up a mega matchup to decide a three-way tie or an outright district champion.
Correct.
You got to keep an eye on week 10 down the road.
Correct.
Final game for the recap show. It is Upset City, baby. And do you know where I'm going here?
No, not really.
You have no clue where I'm going here.
Uh-huh.
It is Rummel 23, Brother Martin 26. Final score.
Whoa! Archbishop Rummel got defeated by Brother Martin.
Archbishop Rummel falls.
That has not happened in a while. I
Nope.
think Brother Martin is always giving them a tough time, but Rummel has usually controlled that. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yep. Now let's talk games of the week, in my opinion, and you can give yours out. Games of the week, in my opinion, since we're done with the scores, Brother Martin over Rummel, that had to be a game of the week.
Oh, it must have been.
Yeah.
Just the final score and everything. That had to be a dogfight.
I liked Eunice over Rain in double overtime.
Right.
That's in my category for game of the week. St. James versus over Lutcher, 17-14 final score there.
Right.
So St. James, narrow victory. These two teams played in the state championship a few years ago, but that's a game of the week contender. St. Ed's, big win over Natchitoches Central, a 1-point victory, 35-34. That's one of my game of the week contenders. And Lafayette over New Iberia, 7-0. A lot of defense
Right.
there. That is another game of the week contender. What you like for game of the week?
I'll be honest with you. I'm with you on that. As far as mine was, as far as the shock factor, I think St. Ed's beating, Natchitoches Central. That, to me, that was the one thing that caught me by surprise, that shocked me. You have the first time that they ever defeat a 5A school. I mean, that is phenomenal. And I guess strange things happen in 2020.
Yeah.
So it's probably continuing. Going to continue.
For sure. Let's talk upsets of the week, and I got 3 for you.
All right, let's rock it.
Brother Martin over Rummel.
That's the biggest one to me out of the upsets. Brother Martin over Rummel. I got to give you that. That's a major upset in my book.
Oberlin over Grand Lake.
Well, that's district rivals, so that's not as but
Undefeated Grand Lake.
yeah, but you had undefeated. That's a good one, but like I said, that's crazy.
Bunkie going on the road to Menard, winning by 1 point.
Yes, that's a shocker.
Alrighty. Players of the week from our game of the week. Pillsbury Basil battled it out on Thursday night. If we're talking players of the week from both sides of both teams, give me your players of the week from Basil and player of the week from Pillsbury.
Okay, I'm not sure on the names, but number 9 for Basil,
Horace Edwards.
and number 52 for Port Barry. I mean, they played a
Olivia.
hellacious game. I was on the sideline watching, and I'm gonna tell you, both teams played really hard. But like we said, it was a tale of two halves. But those guys right there, both halves, they played the entire game. They were all in it.
Yeah.
It was fired up.
So players of the week from the Under the Lights crew, since that was our game of the week,
Right.
will be number 9, Horace Edwards from Basil High School, and number 52, Blade Olivier from Pillsbury High School.
Correct.
Good deal. Let's take a look at the top 10 from around the state before we close this thing out.
Okay, let's do it.
Faraday beat Madison Parish. Oh, let's skip that. 1-8. Wichita Christian beat Cedar Creek 50-20. They're the number 1 team in the state. Oak Grove, number 2 team in the state, beat Tensa 42-6. Next week, Wichita Christian Oak Grove.
That's gonna be a good one.
And once again, we are announcing the top 10 public and private are together.
Right.
Haynesville beats Arcadia 28-20. Calvary Baptist goes on the road and beats Clarksville, Arkansas 42-21. 5 seed Riverside beats I forget their names 41-6. Ascension Catholic beats White Castle 64-22. Vermilion Catholic is the 7th seed. They beat Hanson 56-8. 8th seed East Iberville beat St. John 62-20. Cedar Creek is the 9th seed. They lost to a Wichita Christian, so look for somebody to jump into the top 10 this week.
Right there.
Catholic of Point Compeed beat Sacred Heart 28-22. So that is your look at 1A top 10 altogether.
Right. You're right, and you look at, Washita Christian is they're a defending champion. I mean, they're going to be tough on that. So I could see that coming as far as that.
Wichita Christian, Oak Grove next week.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
2 defending state champs.
Mhm.
2A. Let's go from 10 to 1.
Okay.
10 seed Red River beat Winfield 28-7. 9 seed Mangum beat Rayville 40-6. 8 seed Amite versus Vornado. We have no score. Episcopal beat, they're 7 seed. They beat Capital 50-14. Do we have to start looking at this Episcopal football team closer?
Yeah, Episcopal, you might want to keep your eye on them for a while because they're doing good this year. They're really doing good.
Notre Dame beat Welsh 41-7. They're 6
Yeah.
seed. 5 seed St. Charles. They lost to De La Salle 21-0. Notre Dame will probably jump back into the top 5. Newman beat St. Thomas Aquinas 48-0. How about a Newman Lafayette Christian Academy playoff matchup?
See the power of Arch Manning. See what he's really made out of.
Yeah. Manny beat Lakeview 47-6. Lafayette Christian beat Richwood 43-0. And Fairy Day is the number 1 seed in 2A. They beat Madison Parish 62-0.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Let's take a trip down 3A, top 10, starting at 10. Green Oaks beat Laloya 38-24. 9 seed McDonald 35 did not play. 8 seed Jennings beat St. Louis 64-28. They better start respecting that Jennings team
Yeah, Jennings
and put them
is
in the top 5.
correct.
Union Parish beat Sterlington 35-14. Lake Charles College Prep beat Westlake 73-0. Sterlington is the 5 seed. They lost to Union Parish. University Lab beat Mentorship 28-0. Madison Prep beat Glen Oaks 52-6. St. James beat Lutcher 17-14. And De La Salle is the 1 seed in 3A. They beat St. Charles 21-0.
Watch De La Salle.
4A, starting at 10, Tioga beat Leesville 33-20. 9 seed Westgate lost to St. Thomas More 54-12. 8 seed Huntington lost to Bastrop 40-22. 7 seed Neville beat Franklin Parish 44-7. 6 seed Minden beat North Dakota 34-27. 5 seed Warren Easton beat Holy Cross 59-14. Northwood Shreveport beat Booker T. Washington 41-8. Karen Crow 3 seed, they beat Turlings 28-10. St. Thomas More beat Westgate 54-12, and Edna Court did not play.
Wow.
5A. Let's talk 5A top 10. Bird is ranked 10th. They beat Parkway 42-7.
Wow.
9 seed Scotlandville beat Walker 54-15. 8 seed West Monroe beat Alexandra 18-10. 7 seed John Curtis beat Archbishop Shaw 33-6. 6 seed Catholic of Baton Rouge beat East Ascension 35-0. 5 seed Ruston lost to Acadiana 24-10. 4 seed Brother Martin beat Archbishop Rumble 26-23. 3 seed Zachary beat Live Oak 45-0. 2 seed Archbishop Rummel, big loss to Brother Martin. And 1 seed Acadiana beat Ruston 24-10. Gary Swallow, last words for everyone.
All I can say is that tells you that we're just getting started. It's going to get a lot closer than we thought. There's a lot of teams out there you better start respecting, otherwise they're going to come back and bite you. I can't wait to see, once we get closer and closer to the end of the season and the playoff brackets start getting clearer. But man, there's a lot of good football left to play.
If you get COVID week 9 or week 10, your season is done. If you get COVID inside of the playoffs, your season is done. They will have automatic forfeits in the playoffs and state championship game. You might be handed a trophy.
Right, that's the scary part about the times that we're in right now. So all I can say is that, guys, if you want to play, be smart, keep yourself distance, stay healthy, do what the coaches tell you to do, and play. Let it be decided on the field, not by a forfeit.
Yeah,
Okay?
for sure. That will do it for week 4 edition of High School Recap Show. My name is Jordan Taylor. This was Gary Swallow. This was Under the Lights. Holly in the back producing tonight. Night off for the guys down the road. Look forward to Tuesday night making some picks. Big week ahead. LCA Notre Dame,
Right.
Wichita Christian, Oak Grove. Some big matchups this week. We will see you Tuesday night. Have a great rest of your evening, folks. My name is Jordan Taylor. This is Gary Swallow. This was Under the Lights. Have a good night.